Welcome to the Button Show.
Welcome to the show where we know how to press buttons on our screens.
To 20 minutes of button pressing.
You know, if we changed anything, we wouldn't get to have this moment every Tuesday morning.
True. Very true. So maybe we have to rethink the intro.
Seriously. I appreciate that StreamYard wants to get better and allow us to set an intro video, but we'd miss out on this. Would you guys miss out on this?
I would keep it the same. Definitely keep it the same. Yeah, this is where it's at. So,
We just would have to carry the laughter over.
good morning, Shannon.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Doing well. It's a sleepy Tuesday for everybody here. So we're doing the thing. This is great. And excited for the show today.
Me too. I'm excited for this whole entire day today. It's going to be 83 degrees in Pittsburgh, which is balmy and delicious.
Heater in the morning, air conditioner in the evening. It's that's definitely a Pittsburgh thing for sure.
Welcome to the Berg, everybody, where we are presumably setting ourselves up to be a city of AI. And Jason and I like to join in on that
Absolutely.
every single Tuesday and unbox a brand new AI tool, which we spring upon each other. And Jason, guess what? Today's felt so exciting that I'm also springing it upon myself.
All right, this is great. I'm excited. I know nothing about this, so Shannon, it's your turn to kind of present this, and we'll explore it together. So this is new for both of us.
It sure is. So when I started filling it out, I thought, this feels like a part of the thing everybody should be into. And this one does things for you, so we don't have to do things to it. So it felt like something we should join in together. This
Great.
is called Summate.io. And what Summate.io will do is set up an AI inbox for you. So you can create a unique address that will receive newsletters or you could forward a newsletter. So it gives you an email address. It allows you to connect any of your mail servers, and you can forward to it any newsletters you wanted to read. And I love this, Jason. I love the concept of this because I sign up for newsletters like a crazy person. I want to be super well informed about a load of different topics. And so I'm excited about what Summate can do for you. So today I forwarded it the Daily Carnage, which is one of my absolute favorite newsletters.
Okay.
I know that the company that puts it out is actually in Pittsburgh. I don't even know any of these people, but I love their newsletter. Do you get this one, Jason?
I don't. I should sign up. And this is like the timing on this is perfect because I was just thinking yesterday because I get a lot. I'm also into a lot of newsletters, right? So like I'm sitting here and trying to digest massive loads of just like snippets and like all sorts of information. So this is pretty interesting. But the Daily Carnage is one that I've not checked out yet.
You got to get right on it. One of the things I'm excited to see is as I was starting to set this up, I felt a little bit like, when somebody shows you their music collection, their Spotify, or
Yeah.
previously for us, it was their iPod. And it was like, let me show you inside of my brain because the number of different genres I listen to are so wild, but it represents me. That's how I feel about the newsletters that I get. The
Great
topics are
analogy.
all over.
Great analogy, right? We do that with music all the time, right? Check out all this. Here's my playlist, sharing songs, sharing links, and kind of, passing along all this new information.
Exactly. So let's go see what it gives to us as the summary of the Daily Carnage. I am clicking on read summary and wow, okay. I love it. Immediately it gives us an AI generated picture. It says, here's the forward. Immediately starts to tell us, here's the TLDR. This is in the summary.
Yeah.
Cyber Week 2024 insights reveal shifting consumer behaviors and sales strategies amidst economic challenges and changing market priorities. So here it's giving us our key takeaways. If it's something we really want to look at, we can click to read. How are
Yeah.
you feeling about this already, Jason?
This is so exciting because what I've noticed a trend over probably within the past few months is that I'm seeing a lot of the newsletters that I am subscribed to start to do this, right? So I think HubSpot's was one, the one that they sent out it was pretty robust. I can't remember. I think it's called The Hustle. And I think a few months ago, it was very lengthy, very detailed, right? It was essentially like you're reading a long form blog post. They took a lot of user feedback recently, and then they've now condensed it to a similar format like this, which for me personally is great because I just want to, I want to scan, pick out the topics that kind of, my ears perk up, or, I'm interested in, and I can just dive into a little bit more. This is pretty cool. How did, I guess, if you went back a screen, did you have to link your inbox, or you're just forwarding the email to this
So
platform?
for this particular one, I forwarded this from my email. I did
Okay.
not link my inbox, but I love the idea. I mean, this is my burner account, right? This is
Yeah.
this is where all of my junk email goes, and I do every once in a while go through and say, here's something I really, really wanted to read. So
Mhm.
you can forward it with an email address they create for you, or you can connect your inbox. And one of the things I really like about this concept is it would be cool for me to get my immediate morning talking points that are around sales and marketing, AI,
Yeah.
Salesforce.com, the life sciences, tying those all into one place is a really compelling thing for me, even though most of these newsletters are doing exactly this by themselves, which is curating and minimizing the news.
Yeah, no, I think that's good though. It's digestible. It's easy to scan through. So when you click on these, are they now? Is it also including the links? Okay, so this is goes straight to the actual Daily Carnage newsletter, and then
And
you can
not only does it go straight to their newsletter, it goes right to the piece that you clicked on. So,
okay, so it's
if I
anchor
clicked
link.
on
Yeah,
mhm.
that's really neat.
Isn't this incredible? I love this concept because it allows us quickly in the morning to look and see anything we missed, anything really interesting. And I'm gonna see, like, let's get back to the summary. So, uh, let's see, smaller retailers adapt to competition. Let's say we're excited about that and we click on that, takes you right to that wow, this is
Oh,
cool.
yeah, I do like that. Hmm, very cool. Okay, so we've got interlinking from the digest back to the original newsletter, and then if you need to explore more, because a lot of the newsletters then include links out to those articles, to those pages, or sources.
That's right. So you've got the ability to call this entire newsletter in. And I'll tell you what this is doing for me now, Jason. My burner email is becoming even less important because now
Yeah,
now I can pull in the stuff that I actually want to read from it, and I don't have to mess around with digging through 10,000 emails from The Gap and American Eagle.
right. All the offers, those get a little intense with the offers. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd be interested to. Oh, and then it looks like at the top there you can switch to full email, so it's just going to give you the source itself, which is neat.
Really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool. What's really interesting about this is now if we think about, the clickable links and the tracking, the UTM for marketers,
Mhm.
it's still here because if I hover over this read more, I can see that it's showing me, you can't see it, but I can see at the bottom of the screen, it's still showing me
Okay.
carney.us15.list manage.
Right.
So
That's
they're
good.
still going to get their analytics.
Yeah, that's important too. I think that's a great point for the from the marketing perspective, right? A lot of people put a lot of effort and care into sending these out and tracking their analytics and tracking the user behavior and clicks. And AI has kind of come, not just in this particular use case, but has been kind of putting a wedge in between content creators now and
Right.
and the end user or their target audiences. So I think that's been a hot topic actually, especially in terms of copyright, plagiarism, and training models with proprietary information. So yeah, the fact that it's passing along is a neat little feature there.
It's really spectacular. I think this is doing everything I wanted it to do. I found this I was digging around for something to do this exact thing, and when I found it, I thought this can't be true. There are just a handful of reviews, so I think it's still fairly new,
Yeah.
and I feel really pleased with this. This is so great, easy to read. It's got bold. I think the format is really beautiful here. I'm a fan.
I am too. I'd be interested to see. the email like the integration component outside of the forward, in terms of how they may filter out certain emails, right? You could probably choose to include, like, these are the only ones I want. Obviously, if you look at, if I'm going to set up my like work inbox, for example, I get newsletters there as well, but I don't want this to kind of parse through, client emails and, internal emails and those things. So I would assume that would be an option.
Totally agreed. I think this is something that you have full control over. I wanted to show you this too. You can also connect YouTube or Substack, and so it will do this same work for you with video, which I find to be really compelling.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of consuming video, specifically early in the morning. So I think this is really great too.
7:45 on Tuesday. Yeah.
And hello to everybody who's joining us later. We do seem to get comments later in the day, and LinkedIn still, I think, has a little bit of a challenge with its connection with StreamYard in delivering us notifications. But trust us, we are seeing your comments and we love it. We're so excited
We're
that
also
everyone's, yeah.
we stream these out to YouTube, and then you can also find past episodes on YouTube as well, which are pretty cool. So
I love that. I think, Jason, one of the things that's really critical for people now is, because we're in a creator economy, is how do you demand attention? How do you hold attention? And we know people live by headlines. That's just
yeah.
sort of the way our brains are wired now, based on 24-hour news cycles. And something like Summate.io is a godsend to people who just want to get the most important critical news as quickly as possible.
I like it. I think it could be a good source for, obviously, you're pulling from all of these different resources that you follow. And typically you would manually go and be like, oh, I really like this. I want to share this with my network. I want to share this with my audience. Right. Now we have a way to kind of even, we're using a lot of ChatGPT and AI to do that now. Right. Like to get the summary, to get the outline. This is kind of removing that other step and kind of diving, I think, even more into that agentic solution, which there's big shifts now happening. Shannon, Microsoft just announced, I think yesterday, Copilot's going to start integrating, templated agents, right? So now we're having these workflow automations that can happen almost, they're kind of deeming it as like the apps of AI, which could be a whole new game here, which we're going to be seeing really soon too. So, and I think all of these AI solutions are also going to start shifting into that realm eventually, right? And there's going to be this consolidation of this crazy resource, which is exciting, but also pretty wild to kind of keep an eye on.
It feels like what it must have felt like during the space race, where everybody's tuned in, everyone wants to be the first. And I don't know if you follow the CEO of Salesforce, Mark Benioff, on Twitter, but he has been incendiary the past few days about Microsoft. And he yesterday compared these new templated agents to Clippy 2.0.
Right. Well, yeah. And I saw that analogy early on, even with like some of the co-pilots, the ChatGPTs, right? It's like we now have this virtual assistant. Whereas if you're old enough to remember, Clippy, how annoying it was like, get out of here. Get out of here. I want to do the thing. Right. Now we've completely 180 to where, like, get back here. We need you to do the thing.
Right.
Right. It's an interesting behavioral kind of perspective when you think about how much work has changed over that short period of time, to where, like, yeah, it's like we want to buckle down and do all this, and we can do this by using computers and technology. Now we've been inundated with computers and technology, so we need it to help us kind of offload a lot of those tasks and repetitive things. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
It is fascinating, and it's wild that we're seeing people think about Clippy 2.0, and that was a real push for change management and user adoption. And one of the things that I keep thinking about is most of our seminal research works that are tied around getting people to use things, right? So adult learner theory, change management theory, even diffusion of innovations, most of those were in the late 60s. So we haven't changed the way that we think about how our human brains receive this type of information. We just keep changing the way that we're approaching. How do we get people to change the way that they act, right? And humans, although our access to tools and technology has accelerated, our brains really have not changed in that way.
Stay the same. Yeah, there's not much that's going to change there behaviorally. But wow, yeah, this is an exciting time. So I'm looking forward to checking out Summit IO. I think it's going to be pretty helpful. I think, and because I think once or twice a year I do these annual purges or biannual purges where I'm like, all right, I'm getting too many newsletters because
Yes.
things sparks your interest. You sign up for it. And then, there are some others we talked about, I think just last week, you'll sign up for a newsletter and then they just go off the rails, right? It's like, whoa, take it easy. We don't need that many,
Yes.
email.
Yes.
Like I get the funnel, I understand the process and the flow. But, sometimes twice a day you're getting, a lot of these
Yes.
letters, and that's just overkill. So, trying to find a balance there between getting good information and then, also staying productive in your time.
That's exactly it. And I feel like this is a good one. So I look forward to us both trying it out and seeing what type of iPod mix it curates for us.
Absolutely. Great share, Shannon. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
That's
Well, Jason, I think we will be back same time, same channel next Tuesday. We just love to try new tech. We're into it. Thanks to everybody for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know what are the things that you are interested in, and we will go do the work to find them for you because you know what, Jason? We're special kind of nerds.
that's right. Absolutely. Good analogy. We're here for you. Let us do the dirty work.
Hey, enjoy your Tuesday.
Thanks, Shannon. You too. Smoz.